This is the besieged town of Kikla in Libya's western mountains. And forces loyal to renegade General Khalifa Haftar are taking positions on the outskirts. We cannot independently verify these pictures uploaded on the internet by the men who also call themselves the Libyan army. But with two competing parliaments and militias ruling areas under their control, the Libyan army is an ambiguous label. The men in this video are battling fighters aligned to the Dawn of Libya, an alliance of conservative militias which controls most of the country. Even the United Nations has failed to get the groups to cease fire to allow in humanitarian aid. For weeks there has been heavy fighting between Haftar's forces and Dawn of Libya. And there are similar scenes in Benghazi, Libya's second largest city. Haftar's forces say they control 95% of the city, and their spokesman has been saying for days that they have secured major gains.
The picture says it all. We're in the middle of 20th Street in Benghazi after we took a tour in Beirut Street.
This smoke is rising from a naval ship in the Benghazi port. It was hit a day after residents were told by Haftar's forces to clear many areas ahead of a major offensive. Many people have fled, but those left say they have seen unprecedented violence. The fighting has paralyzed most of the city with power and communication outages. Schools, universities, banks, even some hospitals have been closed since the fighting intensified last month. In Benghazi, Haftar loyalists are also fighting a group that calls itself the Shura Council of Benghazi Revolutionaries, whom Haftar calls terrorists. His group has been posting videos which it says shows a link between the Shura Council and the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, or ISIL. But the Shura Council of Benghazi Revolutionaries says it is fighting the remnants of the Gaddafi regime to save the revolution. It accuses Haftar forces of being backed by the former Secret Service and pro-Gaddafi tribes. And as the number of people killed over the last 2 weeks crossed 200, Libya seems to be descending further into chaos. Osama bin Javed, Al Jazeera.